Okay, get your paper towels. This gonna get messy. Welcome to Rollin' Ratchet. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. I'm your host that smokes the most. They call me Nizzy Nice, and we got to talk about these freaks at Fox. So let's talk about your man's scandalous Skip. People, let me say this to you. After God, the two most powerful things in this world is money and sex. Think about that. You got God here. God is above all. But under that, you have money and sex. And some people might say money and sex is interchangeable because men will spend money to have sex and women will have sex to get money. So your man Scandalous Skip is being accused by a hairdresser named Nashin Farad, who works for Fox Sports. He's being accused of being a little extra handsy in the workplace. So she's suing Fox Sports. And in her lawsuit, she's saying that Skip Bayless offered her $1.5 million just to get that box. Now, fellas, I don't know if I speak for y'all, but all my years of walking this earth, I ain't never seen no panani that I thought was worth 1.5. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe she made a mistake with the numbers. Maybe instead of 1.5, she meant 1,500.
I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. Especially when they brought up the $1.5 million. The Skip Bayless I know has a hard time giving away $15. He's one of the cheapest people I know.
Well, that's Stephen A's take on that. And Stephen A has known and worked with Skip Bayless for over 20 years. So do with that what you may. Now, before we talk about Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho, let's talk about Charlie Dixon, the vice president of content at Fox Sports 1. Now, according to this 42-page lawsuit, Farad said Charlie Dixon not only made unwanted sexual advances towards her, he also took his hand and squeezed that booty. Her words, not mine. On this 42-page lawsuit on page 7, Farad says Charlie Dixon squeezed her buttocks, a.k.a. her booty. Now, she said this happened at a birthday party that she attended for Joy Taylor. She said she ended up at the bar. Charlie was at the bar. He started rubbing her back, and then he squeezed her butt. She also said she told Joy Taylor that Charlie did this. And she said Joy Taylor's response was, oh, well, get over it. Now, if that's true, if Charlie did put his hands on her, if Skip put his hands on this woman, they both dead wrong. No man has the right to put his hands on a woman if that's not what a woman wants. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Dead wrong. But ladies, let me ask you a question, right? If it's true that Skip offered this woman 1.5 to have sex with her, I just want to ask you, if a man offered you $1.5 million to have sex with you, would you feel offended or would you feel complimented? I know some of y'all be on OnlyFans. Y'all don't make 1.5 in a whole year on OnlyFans. So would y'all take him up on his offer? I just want to know. Now, let's talk about Emmanuel Acho. Out of everybody on this whole lawsuit, I feel the worst for him. He caught a stray bullet because morally and ethically, he did nothing wrong. All he did was have sex with a woman. If this lawsuit would have came out, we wouldn't have known nothing about this. But he did, and he ended up catching a stray shot. Now, I want to play this video that he made that they said he's deleted since all this happened. But this is funny.
Done with rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in? So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even care what women have to say in sports. But Joy is not only in the position on television as a woman, as a black woman, but as an opinionist. So not just asking men what they think, but providing her own unique and distinct.
Now, I don't know if it's true, but somebody was saying, you ain't heard it from me. Somebody was saying that when Emmanuel Acho made that video, he was sitting in his car outside of Joy Taylor's apartment. And they saying he kept smelling his fingers because he just got done smashing. Like I said, I don't know if it's true, but it's damn sure funny. But if it is true, that's kind of nasty he ain't washed his hands. But fellas, let me put some pictures of Joy Taylor on your screen right now. Let's pretend, right? Let's pretend for a minute. Stay with me. Let's pretend there's no wives or girlfriends in the room. It's just the bros. And we're going to have a man-to-man talk. Are you trying to tell me if this is your coworker and she was flirting with you and gave you any kind of inclination of a green light, you not going to go? Oh, I know I'm going. I would have went. If I'm keeping it a buck, if I'm being transparent, if I'm being vulnerable, if I'm keeping it a thou wow, I would have clapped. That's why I'm not even mad at Emmanuel Acho. I get it. He probably never thought this would be an issue. And it wouldn't have been an issue if it wasn't for this lawsuit. But that's just how life is sometimes. You just never know. And fellas, that's why we're not supposed to go against the cardinal rule. Fellas, what is the cardinal rule? You don't shit where you eat. We all know this. Yet some of us still risk it. I'm guilty of it too. I was once working at a job and me and a coworker, we linked up. We made it do what it do. We get back to work and she all clingy. I'm like, yo, what you doing? It's people around. You know, I'm thinking we having a little office romance on the low, but she blowing it up. Next thing you know, she got an attitude with me. People notice she got an attitude with me. To make a short story shorter, I end up asking for a transfer to another department. So that's one reason why companies don't want employees having sex. The other reason companies don't want employees having sex is even bigger than that. Say if you're a supervisor and you have sex with an employee, she can go to the human resources office and say, yo, she had sex with you because she thought her job would be in jeopardy because you was a supervisor. They're going to say it's a power dynamic. And she ain't going to sue you. She going to sue the company. That's why a lot of companies, they have that no sex policy in effect because it avoids a whole lot of headaches. And people know this, but yet every day you hear people say, oh, that's my work wifey. Or that's my at work husband. People still gonna have sex with each other at the job place. And to keep it a buck, if I'm keeping it a buck, if you get the right situation, sometimes it make going to work more fun. You know what I'm saying? When you got a little piece at the job, you know what I mean? You going to work. You look forward to going to work sometimes, you know what I'm saying? See a smile. But when it get toxic, oh, it can get ugly. And fellas, I want you to know, if it go left, you gonna be at fault. Now, let's meet the Joy Taylor.
I dubbed them princess boys because clearly they want the princess treatment. And being a woman of substance and means, I can provide that for them. Now, there's things that I want in exchange for taking care of a princess boy. And, you know, if that is what men are interested in behaving like, I feel like I can do that. I can be that person for you. I can give you an experience you've never had.
Shout out to Joy Taylor for telling us who she is. We ain't got to guess. We ain't got to wonder. She told us what type of time she on. She's an opportunist. I'm not even mad at that. And y'all know who her brother is, right? Her brother is Jason Taylor, the Hall of Fame defensive end for the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, that's her brother. Who's going to go tell her brother his little sister's out here dying? I'm going to let y'all handle that. Now, in this lawsuit, Faraji claims the only reason Joy Taylor got her job as moderator on Undisputed is because she was sleeping with Mr. Dixon. Now, if that's true, I'm not even mad at that. You know why? Because I know how real life works. In real life, pretty women use their looks for favors and opportunities every day. That's just how it is. Pretty women get more favors and opportunities than regular looking women, and they use that to their advantage. I'm not even mad at that. What I am mad about in this lawsuit is on page 8, when Faraji says Joy Taylor told her when Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would go through with her plan and tell the company he forced himself on her. Nasty work. Ladies, y'all should be outraged about this. So many of y'all got legitimate sexual harassment claims in the workplace every day, right? Here's a woman who used a man to get what she wanted, and then she wants to go lie on him to the company and say he forced himself on her. Ladies, y'all should be outraged by this. Because the next time y'all telling the truth, a man not going to want to believe y'all because of women like this. Fellas, let's do a better job of not shitting where we eat. But hey, as always, I want to thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'm your host that smokes the most. They call me Nizzy Nice, and we rolling ratchet.